But yeah, man, diabetes is the cause. We know we have a big problem with it. There is a specific purpose behind the rondo in terms of the kids with type 1 diabetes. I would imagine you're going to get into type 1 and type 2. Where there's the monitoring device that you know they wish to purchase for them that would assist them in monitoring their blood glucose level instead of having to stick them every minute now, right? It's going to bring a little ease to the child's life now. You know what I mean? And I know that you have reversed type 1. I remember there was one of your first.
Very first one was type 1.
Was a type 1 diabetes child, and that child is doing well still.
Correct.
All right, lovely man. All right. So tell us a little bit about the diabetes, man.
Right. So now the reason why I am going to talk about this particular topic is someone booked an appointment with me, but they had a clinical appointment, you know, in their clinic first before our date. So I usually call people to confirm if they would be keeping their appointment. And they said no because the doctor at the clinic told them that that person has to be a scam because you can't reverse diabetes.
Okay,
right?
what type of diabetes we talking about here? 1 or 2?
That particular person was type 2 diabetes.
Oh, type 2?
Type 2 diabetes. Yeah. Type 2 diabetes, which is easily
That's
reversible.
the easier one.
By the way. Yeah.
Yeah,
yep,
all right.
Correct.
Yeah.
I asked this person, I said, what's the doctor name and number? Well, they don't know the doctor's name nor number. And that's a problem that a lot of trainees have. A lot of people are taking medical advice, medical interventions, and they can't even tell you who's the doctor they're taking it from.
Yeah, that they're taking it from, yeah.
What is that? That is madness.
Yeah, that's true.
So if something goes wrong, you can't even say who.
Exactly.
Right? You can't even say who.
And I mean,
but these are the mindset of many people.
And I mean,
now,
I mean, we see how important that is. With, I mean, even I know it's a different situation, but what we were just talking to about with Brian Big, the situation with the babies at the hospital. If a particular doctor was in charge or a nurse was in charge of your child, it is important that you know who was in charge of your. Of either, well, whoever is your doctor or whoever is in charge of your loved one at any specific point in time where the worst might occur. You understand? But go ahead, yeah.
Yes, we have to be more mindful of these things.
Yeah.
Right? But anyway, I want to show you something from PubMed here.
Right.
Right? National Library of Medicine.
Put that up full screen there.
Right. One of my go-to sources of information. Let's look at the heading. Reversing type 2 diabetes, a narrative review of the evidence. Right? Not going to read the whole thing, just a little bit from the abstract. Background: type 2 diabetes has long been identified as an incurable chronic disease based on traditional means of treatment. Research now exists that suggests reversal is possible through other means that have only recently been embraced in the guidelines. This narrative review examines the evidence of type 2 diabetes reversal using each of the 3 methods, including advantages and limitations for each. Already, this was published when? April 1st, 2019. There are ways to reverse type 2 diabetes. But yet we have a lot of people, a lot of doctors and stuff in the medical field telling you that it cannot be reversed.
Right.
This is madness to me. This is madness, right? This is something people should be sued for as well. Not just wait till 7 children die, because more people are dying from diabetes, taking advice from medical professionals that are telling them that these things cannot be reversed. You just have to stay on medication for the rest of your life. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Why? And that's why the medical world would continue to take advantage of people, because people are so gullible. Once it's somebody with a white coat and a stethoscope around the neck and they tell you something, you take it as if it is written in stone.
Yeah, I
have a huge problem with that. I have a long list of people who came with me with high blood sugar level, and the blood sugar levels are all normal.
Yeah. I remember when my father, I remember I called you a day, and I said, boy, set my father blood sugar here, but it reading 300 and something. And I remember you told me what to do, right? I'm not going to say what you told me to do, but I know what you told me to do. But you told me to give him something. And I gave it to him. And I'm not going to lie, between that time and maybe 3 hours later, I went and I take his blood sugar again, and for the first time ever, in the 9 years I was seeing with my father, his blood sugar level read below 100. It was 86. I'm telling you.
And that's how simple it is.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what we need to understand though, is this is why I say, why manage disease when you can reverse it, because there's a difference between reversal and cure. In reality, it don't really have much things that can be cured, because reason being, cure gives the impression that if I cure it with this product or whatever they're saying could cure it, it means I could go ahead and live whatever lifestyle I want, do a whole set of things that are harming and damaging to the body, and that issue would not come back. Right? Reversal is different, because diseases, and let me give you my definition of disease. I class disease as a physiological adaptation to nutritional deficiencies and accumulative environmental poisoning.
Yeah.
Which means you have to address the deficiencies and you want to avoid the poisoning, and then the issue would reverse.
Right.
Now, if when you do that, you decide to go back and continue to do the stuff that will causing the nutritional deficiencies and continue to consume the stuff that's poisoning the body, of course the issue can come back, because you are doing things specifically to harm the body. If that is taking place, right, you are going to bring back the issue, and it could probably bring back other issues.
Yeah.
All right? This is why I show people how your body is designed to eat, what your body is designed to eat, how I eat. Because I wouldn't give anybody or have people do something that I would not do myself. Right? I would not do that. Your method has to work on you. And I also show the highest degree of science to back what I'm saying. So when I hear people in the medical field telling people that diabetes can't be reversed.
Type 2 diabetes.
Right? And type 2. Now, I could understand if they're saying type 1, because type 1 is a little bit more challenging. But keep in mind, I have people with lupus, which suffering from multiple autoimmune disorders, that their lupus has gone into remission, meaning I reverse lupus as well without the use of any drugs, supplementation, herbs, or anything of the sort.
Yeah.
Which also means that type 1 diabetes can also be reversed. Because type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune condition where the pancreas, your immune system attacks the pancreas. Right? I show people what causes the immune system to get on edge to the point that it attacks the body. What's in people's diet, what people are consuming that causes that oversensitivity of the immune system to cause it to attack.
Right.
And then I eliminate that from the diet, and that causes the body, the immune system, to go back at ease, to start back functioning within its regular means. Then I change their diet so that they now get in nutritious food without any harmful substances or compounds in them that causes the body to heal the pancreas.
Right.
Right? That's how I reverse these conditions. Right? I reverse it scientifically, and these things, if type 2 is on PubMed stating that there are other methods to reverse it, why are we still telling people? No, I can tell you why. Let me tell you why. You see, you have to follow the money. When you follow the money,
everything
many
makes
medical
sense.
associations of learning have to get donations and stuff from pharmaceutical and medical device industry. They get donations and stuff, whether it's textbook or different things, right? And not much places have policies to regulate these things. But what's even worse is something called the CMEs.
Right.
The CMEs is the continuing medical education, because people in the medical field have to gather, do these seminars, go to these seminars and symposiums and whatnot periodically in order to acquire points to maintain their medical license to practice. These CMEs are not regulated, right? And that's the problem. So over 60% of them are financed by pharmaceuticals and the medical device industry.
Wow.
So that's where they are brainwashed, because they're thinking, I'm going to this seminar, the information has to be correct. Right? That's what they're thinking. Not knowing, because it had the whole oxycodone stuff, and in the past, oxycodone in those seminars were pushed as being non-addictive.
Right.
Right? Less than 1% chance of being addictive. Right? And the company that pushed that eventually was sued for over 600 million. But today, oxycodone, because of the addictive properties of it, costs over $78 billion in healthcare fighting against the addictive tendencies of it.
Wow.
Right? And the corporation that pushed it was only sued or was only fined $600 million. But every year they are costing the state $78 billion. Right? And that is how they influence the medical associations, right? In fact, the American Medical Association, the vast majority of their finances come from these industries.
Yeah.
They have a budget every year of over $430 million, and less than 10% come from their members.
Yeah.
It comes from the rest comes from the industries, right?
Yeah.
But here we are. Would say somebody like myself is a scam, right? While you're trusting people who are putting you on medications and they are being educated by the very same industries that are producing those medications and medical devices. And then people say, I am a scam? Right? I find that quite interesting. I find that quite interesting. Because everything I use for people to reverse their diseases, you can get in the grocery. It's not patented or anything.
Yeah, because
like
you simply use nutrition. It's that simple.
Nutrition.
You just say,
It's
listen.
that simple. I educate.
Yeah, you're just saying, look, you can, depending on what you put in your body, you can reverse a disease that you might have. Because
Correct.
it's what you're consuming, right? And we know for a fact, just before we run out of time here, we know for a fact, and everybody knows it, that a lot of the things that we eat, whether it's processed foods or whatever, a lot of it have certain additives, chemicals, all kind of thing in it that we know. I mean, as a matter of fact, let me just say that we know, that we don't know. Because when you pick up like your low-calorie butter, you know these low-calorie butter they sell? When you look at the ingredients, you don't even know what those ingredients are. All kind of long science names. You don't even know what it is, but you're picking it up, you're carrying it home, and you're consuming it. But you really don't know what you're putting in your body.
It's cheaper. It's
Well,
cheaper.
yeah,
and that's one of the things too. And one of the setbacks in Trinidad and Tobago with the healthcare system, why we are such an unhealthy country, because it's what, 14, almost 15% of our adult population is diabetic, right?
Yeah.
Almost 15% of our adult population is diabetic, and the numbers continue to grow, right? How is it that for a species to be suffering from so much diseases, something has to be wrong. When you see a sick animal, it's strange, right? But yet humans here suffering from over 26,000 diseases. This is madness, and we have just accepted that. You see a sick animal, that is strange, but a sick human is common. Why?
Yeah.
Right? And the biggest problem with our healthcare system is because it's free. If we had to pay for it, people would be a little bit more mindful of what they are putting into their body. But this concept of free healthcare, right, give people the idea that, you know what, I will eat this because I know I could go and get treated. The treatment is not a treatment, you know. It's an illusion.
Yeah.
You are just thinking that you are feeling better because of this suppression of symptoms. It ain't dealing with the cause of your problem, you know.
Yeah.
It's just suppressing the symptom. And
Yeah.
I could tell you, because I get clients all the time, and they're coming to me and they're diabetic for 20 plus years, for how much plus years, but now the kidney's failing, now the eyesight going, now they have to amputate the foot. Don't wait until all these things start happening.
Yeah.
Right? If you have diabetes for more than 2 years, if you have diabetes for more than 1 year and you still have it, you're doing something wrong. These are not things you're supposed to be nursing like a child.
Yeah.
Some people have diabetes longer than they have a child.
Yeah,
You're
no,
raising
yeah,
a child to
people
send to
living with
college.
it.
That's what they're doing with the
Listen,
diabetes. We
yeah.
need
People-
to stop accepting that.
Yeah, people living with it. And I mean, look, I got the run coming up on Sunday, and we're going to help the Diabetes Association as best as possible, because I think what they're going to the device that they're looking to purchase, right? Because even if a child is being treated, they still need to be monitored. And I like the
Correct,
investment that they're
correct.
making. Yeah, they still need to be monitored.
Right.
So
Correct.
what that device is going to do is just going to make the child's life easier in terms of monitoring the child's blood glucose. So even if a child was to join your program, and they would be
So now,
on nutrition.
that's how it's going and coming nicely now.
Yeah,
So you have
so-
your device, you join my program, now you
Yeah.
can check and see for yourself how
Yeah.
effective the program
They can
is
check
when you
it,
see
yeah.
that child blood sugar level.
Yeah.
Starts back to stay in a
So-
normal range
Yeah.
without having to use anything.
Correct. So I just thought, when they told me that this is what they want to use the proceeds for, I said, well, that's going to be great, because a car. Listen, I don't like pins, needles, and things like that. I hate needles and things. If I go by the doctor or the dentist and they pull a needle, I gone, partner. I just don't like the sight
Not
of a
only you,
needle.
eh?
Huh?
Not only you.
Yeah.
Not only you, right?
I hate that.
It
So-
happens to me as well.
So imagine a child that has to be constantly checked.
Yeah.
I mean, that is not no way for a child to live. So I think the device that they're using, I mean, listen, I think it's going to be perfect. You have your children, your child has type 1 diabetes, you want to try something different, you want to try SET, you have the device, now they're monitored, now you could see, you could measure it. It's to me, it's a better way of measuring it based on trying different things then. Because we know not everybody's going to run and try the same thing, right? People have tried things, they reach a certain point where they say, look, I want to try, even with me, right? With weight loss and that kind of thing, getting rid of it. Sometimes I start on one thing, it lasts a week, and then I switch, Because,
Yeah.
I find, well, it didn't happen fast enough. And this is it, and this is the thing. Quick fix, once again. Everybody does want things to
But
happen.
that's how we have been groomed.
We just
We've been
want things to
groomed look
happen
for these
one
quick
time.
fixes.
We don't understand this over a period of time now. Look, my
Correct.
cousin, who started your diet, right? He started, well, not your diet, but he was reading up on the carnivore thing, and he said, boy, this thing, I read him about it, and this thing making sense. So it started to make sense to him. But here's the thing, he started it, and after about 3 days, he stopped. Because after the first 3 days, he had not gone to the toilet. Right? So he said,
Right.
but that's all. His thing is, now boy, first thing I wake up in the morning, I'm supposed to go in the toilet. And he started to say something wrong. But when you read about the
Right.
diet, it tells you that is normal. That's just your body.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I do, is I focus on education. You see, when you have information makes it easier to continue with something, because you are now informed of what is happening.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that information, if you don't have that knowledge, you're going to think something wrong.
Something wrong, that's right.
You can't be consuming something with over 98% digestibility and bioavailability, and compare it to something that only has a 45% and producing 55% waste. If it's producing 55% waste, you're going and go to the toilet. But
Correct.
if it's producing less than 2% waste, you have to wait a while before it builds up enough to go for you to get a bowel movement. So it's all about understanding the science, and that's what my program is all about.
Yeah.
I educate people, right? And
But the man get
education is
frightened,
key.
yes?
We always say knowledge is power, right?
Yeah.
We always say knowledge is power because it is, right? It
But
is.
I
So
told him, you know,
I really do hope
Yeah.
that people do make some changes with regards to just blindly trusting. We don't need to wait for 7 children to die
Yeah.
before we decide to take action. We don't need
Yeah.
to wait for that. We could take action now.
Correct.
Right? Take action now.
Yeah, man. And Seth is going to be
Right.
at the run as well. Seth has his medal from last year as well. Okay.
Yeah.
No, as we're wrapping up, what I was telling them is that you were there last year. You have your medal. You're getting customized medal this year. But you will be there at the run next week, Sunday. And, you know, people, feel free to walk up to Seth and engage in a conversation with him. He's you know, he's always willing to share information. So, we have a lot of things in the work, and I look forward to seeing you next week, Sunday, man.
Yes. I would be there. I would be
All right.
there.
All right,
All right.
man. All right,
So
Seth.
thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks a lot.
See you all next week.
Yeah, man. See you all.
All right, then take care.
All right. All right. So that's Seth Wyola board on the inside there. And yeah, diabetes, man. That's a serious thing. But like I said, that device that they're buying, that is the thing. You know, now your child could be monitored easily, right? And like if you decide to try Seth's program, you will see it there for yourself. You don't have to go and check the child and that kind of thing. You will see the reading in real time.